Welcome to the CTU Newsroom. My name is Madison and today we will be chatting to Sonwabise Sabata from Cisco. She'll be discussing the value and importance of security, the latest trends in the market in terms of technology and related jobs for Cisco certified holders. Let's hear more.
My name is Sonwabise Sabata and I am the Head of Communications and Public Relations for Cisco Africa. A lot is happening in the industry. We are finding that innovation is happening at a faster pace than we anticipated. And if we look at a couple of years ago at how long it took, for instance, for iPhone to penetrate 50 million people versus how long it took Twitter to penetrate 50 people, we are finding there's such a vast difference in terms of innovation. And if you as a company and you as an industry, even you as a participant within the tech industry are not up to speed with innovation, you are going to get left behind. If we look at artificial intelligence and how artificial intelligence is changing the way that we are doing things, at Silicon Valley already we are seeing robots that are helping us to park our cars, that are helping us with security. Facebook recently tried to do an artificial learning robot. It was actually a chatbot for Facebook that they had to terminate because both chatbots started inventing a language of their own. And that's how fast things are happening and the pace is happening. So at Cisco, we are currently looking at jobs of the future and how, if we look 5 years ago, there was no such thing as a chief digital officer. There was no such thing as a chief people officer. We had an HR officer and you had an IT manager or even a CIO. Now it's becoming more and more important to evolve their roles, to be more collaborative, because we're also finding that in this day and age of the internet, no one person has got the answer. So it's very important that you collaborate. People are demanding more and more from their companies, which is why HR has moved to just human resources to becoming about the people. The people are going to become extremely important in digital disruption. And although we talk about artificial intelligence and robots, how we adopt technology as people is going to become extremely, extremely important. Our Chief Strategy Officer, Hilton Romansky, actually says that Africa is ripe with digital opportunity. He says if we look at how Kenya was the first to sort of adopt digital payments through M-Pesa, if we look at the population and the entrepreneurship that's happening within Nigeria, so Cisco has always been at the forefront of innovation. If we think back at when it actually started and how the company actually started, we actually were the platform that allowed for the internet to exist. And since then, we have been at the cutting edge of innovation. We put about $6 billion of our revenue every year into research and development. John Chambers, our former chairman, believes that every company is attacked. The only difference is companies that know it and companies that don't know it. And we prefer to know it. So we have an end-to-end security system and we are the largest security vendor in the world. And within our network initiative, which is the new innovation, we've also embedded a security technology called ETA. It's encrypted traffic analysis. If you think about how amazing that actually is, in the past, you only could analyze traffic in a decrypted environment. Now, our engineers have invented a system where you can analyze traffic even if it's encrypted without you having to encrypt it. We are enabling innovation. So Cisco does a lot of thought leadership, even within what you would consider traditionally competitors of Cisco. We absolutely believe that in this day and age, you can no longer definitely say who's your competitor and who's your friend. You just need to be very collaborative for innovation to happen. So you will find that we'll be working with companies where you, as an ordinary citizen, are thinking, but why would Cisco work with this person? This person is their staunch enemy. And we're like, no, we have to absolutely collaborate in order to find newer solutions. So we provide a lot of thought leadership. We have reports that speak about how in 2025, 50 billion devices will be connected. That report is called the Virtual Networking Index that we release every year. We have a cybersecurity report that we release annually and mid-year to the market because we also want to share the analytics that we come up with. We have a research company called Cisco that is based in Krakow, Poland, and it's got a security operations center where people on a 24-hour basis are doing research on security. Why would we want to keep that to ourselves? So we share a lot of information that we are finding with the market. Education is going to become such an essential pillar to all of this. So we've invented a technology called Cisco SparkBoard. And the Cisco SparkBoard is basically like a white paperboard on, or we like to say it's an iPad on steroids. You can sit in Engcobo in the Eastern Cape, which is a village from the Eastern Cape. I could sit in Bulugwane, Limpopo. Someone could sit in New York in the US. Someone else could sit in Poland, and another person could sit in China. And you in Bulugwane can write on the SparkBoard. The person in New York can write under you. Someone in Poland can erase and say, no guys, this is incorrect. I actually think instead of at, we need to be putting and in that sentence. And that collaboration, can you imagine if everyone in the rural areas had access to such an education? Because then you no longer have the problem of teachers needing to be some sort of science geniuses to be able to articulate a chemistry test. You can just be dialing into someone who is in another space, wherever they may be, and helping you teach your class. So as a teacher, you can focus more on training and on the one-on-one with the students and let that person do the actual technical difficulties. Then we no longer have the problem of, I grew up from a Bantu education, you grew up from Hilton, and the children that we are teaching are now not on par because of disadvantages of the past. That no longer becomes a barrier. We believe that in about 2 years' time, there will be more mobile devices than there will be human beings. If someone who is sitting in a location in Broncos Bay actually had that access to information and they could do transactions, they understood what doing a transaction is online, they could run effectively their own businesses. And in this day and age, all you need to do is Google. We just need access to information, access sometimes to technology. Amazon is now, if you know, in the UK, they're already delivering using drones. So you need to be evolving your thinking and thinking, what is my role in the industry 4.0? And it's another thing that we're doing quite rigorously, which is why we've added IoT and security in our training programs, because people also need to adopt. And we absolutely think it's an opportunity. Human beings evolved and they changed with time. And with this Industry 4.0, with this industrial revolution, we will change, we will evolve, and we will adapt to what is necessary at the time.
As you've heard, there's a lot to look forward to and plenty of reasons to consider Cisco as a career. Thank you for watching, and remember to like, subscribe, and also comment in the section below of what you think. I'm Madison, signing out.